What is up, fellow bench warmers? Welcome to your daily fantasy. What's up, guys? Welcome to another quickie early recording for us. Dallas Milwaukee game just ended, the last of today's slate. Crazy game. I watched the game. Dallas missed 5 free throws in a row. And I'm pretty sure Luka's gonna be pissed about that. Tim Hardaway Jr. missed 3 in a row, and then DFS missed 3 in a row. My name is JJT with Commish Eric. Did you watch the game?
No, I wasn't able to watch the game, but I followed some of it early, but not the end. Hardaway, as we said, really, it would not last forever. We knew
Wait,
what Tim
what did he do
Hardaway
today?
is.
I didn't see the actual stats, but
8
yeah.
points, 8.4 boards, a steal. 3 out of 9 from the field, 2 out of 7 from 3, 0 out of 3. As you said, he missed 3 free throws late, so 0 out of 3. So actually, Dorian Finney-Smith, the guy we were talking, last night when people asked about him and Pat Williams, he had 3 steals, 2 blocks, 8 rebounds today. So that's the DFS experience. Usually can happen, but I don't think it's gonna be this good stocks-wise for him. But Tim Hardaway, as we said, he's not a drop, but don't be too attached to him. Not yet. Don't be too attached. Don't be too attached to THJ.
Today great games as well from another marquee matchup, the Lakers and the 76ers. We talked about AD and Embiid during our DFS episode. I thought Embiid will dominate AD because AD got into foul trouble, but AD still performed very well fantasy-wise. Of course, they lost, but he had a more, complete stat set. AD did. He had 2 steals, 2 blocks, lower turnovers.
2 steals, 2 blocks. Yeah.
So
but,
I think.
And the free throws again, 13 of 14. AD is becoming, he missed the one that would have won it for them, but that was the last. They were tied. They came back unbelievably. I don't know how the Sixers allowed that. They turnover after turnover, and AD had the free throw to win. That was just 2 seconds left, and he missed. But in fantasy, as we said, we don't care. 7 out of 8 is 13 out of 14 is 13 out of 14. That's really, really good. So really making. At first, I tweeted that Embiid dominating it, but AD had a good finishing kick, as you said. So regardless who you have between the two of them, we've got it good, and rest of the way it's good also.
And in that game, Westbrook also had a triple-double. I'm not sure if this is the first triple-double he's had this season, but solid triple-double. I am against him in a few matchups, which is annoying because usually when you see Westbrook on the other side, you're going to be a little happier. You're against him, but today, really solid game as well for Westbrook. And he's been playing really well as a 6-man.
He's playing really well. There was I forgot who messaged me that he traded his Westbrook for Ben Mathurin. That was probably 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I said that's a good deal. I told him that's a good deal because Mathurin, at least a rookie, maybe he gets hot, improves, diversifies his game, and etc. But looking back, whoever that person is, if he's listening, I think that might be
I gotta say sorry.
Mistake. Yeah, that might he didn't ask my opinion though. He just did it and then asked my opinion after. So there wasn't. I didn't tell him to do it, but I think I will change my mind.
But in fairness, I think we would probably have told you to do it maybe 4 weeks ago or 5 weeks ago, right? Even before Westbrook accepted that 6-man role. I think he's really thrived in that 6-man role. He's the top guy there. He can do whatever he wants. He's been, he's not bad percentages wise. He's not forcing a lot of shots. He's not, right?
It's still bad, but
not the old Westbrook.
Well, actually, he's shooting really poorly this season. It's 40%. So,
Or maybe
well,
the
it's still
volume
bad.
is lower.
The volume is the lowest, I think. Let me see. Yes, it
That's
is
why
the lowest in his career.
it doesn't really hurt you as much.
Yes, yes. Shooting is worse, but the volume is lower. So, okay, the free throws, still bad, but not as much. Also, 3 attempts, 3.5. So, something like that. That's okay. You can live with it
Yeah.
if you have a good free throw shooter somewhere. Like, if you have AD and he gets 13 out of 14, somewhat neutralizes the 3 or 4 attempts that Westbrook gives. Turnovers are lesser. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Still a lot,
That's
but
great.
lesser.
That's great. Yeah.
That's great. So overall, actually, his stat set very similar to, again, I'm gonna go to Jaden Ivey. Very similar. 41%, 72%. He's 40%, 70%. Even the turnovers the same. The steals are the same. So if you guys are happy with Ivy, I guess let's not be biased. Let's not look at the the name. I think Westbrook has value. Westbrook has value
He does.
for
He
the
does.
season as a sixth man. Yeah.
He does. All right. Enough of those games. Some injury update. Donovan Mitchell will be out tomorrow. I'm not sure if it's because of a back-to-back. I think they have a back-to-back.
No, he
So
missed today's game.
oh
He
yeah,
missed today's game,
today. Yeah, yeah. Tomorrow he missed today's game. Yeah, yeah. You're right. But they also have a game tomorrow. I think.
and is he declared out already for
I'm
tomorrow?
not sure. I'm not sure. I was thinking he was out. He is out. Gonna be out for tomorrow. I forgot that they had a game today. But he is
Yeah.
out for today. And then I remember that they have a back to back today and tomorrow. So I'm not sure if he's gonna be out tomorrow as well. But yeah, just keep him there. Fox is out still, right? And
Mm-hmm.
you mentioned earlier Chris Paul was limping a bit. Something Chris Paul
Yeah.
owners are gonna be worried about because he played a great game today.
He played a great game. This happened late in the fourth. I mean, 8 minutes into the fourth, I saw the play when I know you hate it. He has to play with against Alvarado because Alvarado's kind of the pesky guy that even if you're point guard Chris Paul, you have to be on your toes, and then he deflects a lot of balls there, here and there, and makes you dive, makes you do this, makes you recover, and all
Yeah.
those things. And that's what happened with that's he Chris Paul got hit. Actually, he wasn't. He didn't even get hit. It was an awkward because Alvarado stole the ball, so Chris Paul had an awkward landing on his knee, and then the
Mm-hmm.
whole 2-3 minutes he was limping. So, but he did play through it. He had 2 3 pointers after that. Then he rested. He was rested. I was thinking to myself, if he doesn't come back, then this is bad. But he came back like 2 minutes to go. He came back. So maybe it was just something. Hopefully it was something. They have
Keeping
a
our fingers
rematch. They have a
crossed.
rematch against New Orleans.
You know,
They have
keeping
a
our
rematch against New Orleans.
I'm keeping my fingers crossed, but in the invitationals, Pat Larocco has him and I'm against him, and it's just so annoying because before today the threes were close, and then Chris Paul hit 4 threes, I think, that separated,
Two
give us some separation, a lot of
and
separation
and
in the
two of
threes.
those threes, two of those threes came after the injury. He was limping. He could not drive. So he was taking 3 pointers and he made two of them. So hopefully it's nothing. Donovan Mitchell, in my opinion, is just a rest day. I think.
Yeah,
I think he should be. But the Aaron Fox had an
Fox has been out a
interview
few
and he said
games
he's
already.
been playing. No, he's been in and out.
Oh,
Actually, he's been in and out. He played 2 or 3 straight and then he was out today. He said he got hurt November 25, I think, or November something in his foot. There's some problem with his foot and he's playing through it. His game dipped, right? He was so good and then suddenly he played not as good, became the Aaron Fox of old. And this injury might explain it. Now, the Aaron Fox, we might expect him to miss a couple more games to rest, or maybe even if he plays through it, don't expect great stats from him. So this is worrying if you own the Aaron Fox.
and what's also worrying is the Kings are currently fifth. So that means they have more incentive to rest him further if, they also won today's game against a strong Cleveland team. Of course, without Donovan. But I think both those players cancel each other off. So I think still a very, very big win for Sacramento. So I think these games matter in the sense that, of course, once a team has been winning, they can rest a little bit more their stars, right? Players like Fox, players like
and
the Giannis's, the Chris Pauls, they can rest them a little longer to make sure that they get ready for the latter part of the season. You were saying?
And Kevin Huerter's been playing well. I think he gets the biggest boost.
Keegan also has been playing well. We have to give him a shout out.
Keegan played well today again, so that helps. 30 minutes, 18 points, 1 steal, 1 block. The rebounds, we want more, but he had 6 3-pointers. Keegan starting to develop into like a Tobias kind of player in a sense that he scores, he gives you 3-pointers as the secondary stat. So there, Davion, probably the stream, but not really that appealing. So maybe just in deep leagues. So that's the effect of the Aaron Fox thing. Robert Williams has been upgraded today.
Hey, the Robert Williams said he might play tomorrow.
No, he was declared out already. He was declared out. He wanted to play tomorrow, but they decided not to. But he's already day to day. So I'm pretty sure the game after that he'll play. The game after tomorrow.
So if you want to know our thoughts about Robert Williams, it's all over. We talked about it the last quickie, and then yesterday someone asked us about it during the Q&A session, so you can find out our thoughts about that. Before that, Melton. We have to talk about Melton because
De'Anthony Melton,
one of Commish's favorite player. De'Anthony Melton nearly had a triple-double, I guess.
With threes and steals.
Yeah.
With threes and steals. He had 8 3 7 steals. This is as good as you can get. He even started poorly. Most of these were in the second half. I was shocked. It was 6 points at halftime, and then it all of a sudden became 20, and then the steals really great. The Lakers, though, they gave up a lot of steals. So some matchup things there, here and there, but this is good. But Tyrese Maxey is about to come back. He's already training. There's already some videos about Maxey.
But I think I watched some highlights of the NBA today. I think Woj said he's probably 1 or 2 weeks away still.
Yeah. So but that's
that's good. I mean, he's probably going to be back after Christmas, maybe.
I think Christmas is possible. 1 or 2 weeks. This is just December 10. So 1 or 2 weeks is 17 to 24.
Right. Christmas is possible.
Yeah, I think latest Christmas Day is there. So I love Melton, but if you can use this performance to get somebody with longer term value, I would do it. I would do it. Pat actually offered me something for Melton, but it was a little before this explosion, so it was a little not as good. But maybe after this, the offers will become better for De'Anthony Melton.
Yeah. Remember, in case you forgot, the early season Melton wasn't as good. It was during the time that Harden was out, Maxey was out. That's the time that he really got it going. And even with that, he wasn't also as good later on, right? Even Milton probably got the better of him in the latter part before Harden came back, right? I mean, he was okay. He was okay. He was not the early season bad.
He wasn't 20.7 assists or whatever like Milton, but he was. That's the value of Milton, that player Melton fan club president.
Yes,
Eric.
I know. I was just about
appreciate.
I was just about to say.
No,
he's not bad. Don't get me wrong. He is not bad. He's still good.
This is 2 years in the making.
I'm gonna bet the next game would be a dud. This is classic Melton. A good game in a
points.
dud.
Not 33 points. not 33 points, 8 3-pointers good. But, Melton gives you steals, some assists, some threes. Overall, you'll feel that it's still solid. I just realized I have so many De'Anthony Meltons because he was actually questionable for today because he didn't practice. He has some back problems.
Yeah.
And I was checking my lineups about putting him in the IL plus or whatever. And I looked at it and it's like, oh, it's Melton all over. So I have too much Meltons. Actually, I love him. I love Melton a lot, but I'm realistic. Maxi returning would really hurt him a lot, to the point of he might become a borderline 12-team guy. But in 14 teams, he's really solidly there, even off the bench. As long as hopefully, this is my worry. When Maxi comes back, not just that he's going to go back to the bench, they might rest his back because that's been bothering him for a while. Yeah. So it might be his turn to be managed. So that is my worry about Melton, actually.
All right. So, but yeah, let us let Commish enjoy this. Bogdan also played well, 31 points. Probably someone who benefited from DeJounte being out.
Yes.
So yeah, this is if you held on to Bogdan or maybe picked him up right before he returned. I think this is a good stretch to maybe sell him. Just because DeJounte is probably gonna come back and he's probably gonna be a little more. His role probably gets a little more shady.
Agree.
After that,
right? Agree. But I would probably say Melton is more of a priority sell than Bogdan. Bogdan's always been a backup six-man in a six-man role, and he's been good at that. And AJ Griffin, Jalen Johnson, they have not really done much with the minutes. Yeah. It's clear that they'll be up and down because they're young, they're raw, they don't have experience. So they would need Bogdan. Even if DeJounte comes back, Bogdan probably just stays the same off the bench, their top scorer off the bench. So Bogdan will be fine. If
Bogdan's
you can sell him
now,
based on what
Bogdan's role now is pretty much his role last season.
Yes.
So what you saw last season probably is going to be what you're going to see in the next couple of weeks here for Bogdan.
Yep.
All right, some waiver ads. The biggest one, Jalen Duren, starting. Do you think it sticks?
Yeah.
Do you think it sticks?
I think it sticks. I mean, Dwayne Casey is a very stubborn guy. If he decided to start Duren, maybe there was outside pressure or whatever it is. But when you do something like this, it's like Walker Kessler. If you do something like this, but this is different though with Detroit. He did this without any injury reasons. No, so this is something you really did. You have to at least give it a chance for maybe 2 weeks, maybe a couple of games. So it sticks for the short term. It sticks for the short term.
So add him. He's probably the top ad for today. Deni avdija, another player we've been recommending as an ad, another good performance. They have a back-to-back, so hopefully you were able to add him for today's game because they have another game tomorrow. Yes. He'll probably be still good without Bradley Beal there for another game. So add him up. Now the question, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, back-to-back Utah. I think Utah has another game tomorrow. Today was, so-so. His stat line is not great, but I think streamer good. He can be okay streamer. He had 2 threes once again, 11 points, I think 4 rebounds, 4 assists, which is okay for a streamer. A good one for a streamer.
Okay for a streamer. Yeah. I streamed him when they declared him as a starter. Conley should be out tomorrow.
Did Conley play tomorrow? Yeah, that was what I was thinking. Conley should most likely be out because he played today, I think.
He played today. I don't think nickeil would be someone you have to keep after tomorrow. But for today and tomorrow, he's a good streamer. And while Sexton is out, maybe he gets the Sexton minutes. But remember when Conley is there, Sexton was just 20 minutes, 22 minutes. So not really priority for me. But if you're in 20-team leagues, because we have a lot of listeners apparently in very deep leagues. So you can consider him for the short term while Conley is out. While Sexton is out. I'm sorry. He'll take Sexton's role.
Yeah. How long is Sexton gonna be out?
1 week at least. The hamstring, they said they will evaluate after 1 week, but I will not be surprised if they extend that because it's a hamstring. a hamstring injury, so it might be prolonged. So while he's out, Nickeil would be the replacement for him. But
Well,
tomorrow, Conley, Sexton out, go.
Yeah.
And better for Nickeil.
Yeah, while Sexton is out, and while Mike Conley is just getting back to the form, right?
Yes.
Because I think he's not
Yes.
yet starting, and while he's not starting, I think Nickeil could be a viable option there as your streamer or as a short-term hold. So other waiver pickup, Cal Anderson probably not there in your waiver, should not be there already. But he also
Well,
had
after
12
today,
assists.
yeah, after today, he's probably not there. But before today, there were a lot of Kyle Andersons. I was
Really?
able to pick him up today.
14 teams, I
In our
don't.
FBW, I was able to pick him up for this game, and also actually I did not pick him up for 2 or 3 more other FBW leagues. I did not check it anymore after today because I'm sure somebody else picked him up. But there were still some Kyle Andersons because he was dropped after the last game where he had 7 points, 4 rebounds. He was dropped. After that. So just a quick one on Kyle Anderson. Don't expect 13 and 12 assists every day. He's gonna be up and down. He's a very inconsistent, as players of his caliber usually are. They're usually inconsistent. They have some good games and they have some bad games. Just have to, if you can, ride through the ups and downs with players like this.
It can be like your Melton.
Yeah. By the way, McLaughlin, the backup point guard, left with seems like a severe hamstring injury or whatever. So maybe Kyle gets the backup point guard role. That's why he got
12 assists.
12 assists today. So that makes it even better. Jalen Noel didn't have a good game, but I think should also be a good add because McLaughlin might miss some time. Yeah.
All right. Jordan Goodwin, another performer today. 5 steals. I think he had 5 steals. Good solid numbers off the bench.
5 steals, yeah. And then he had 19 points, 3-pointers, 33 minutes over Monte Moore. Monte also had 34 minutes, but Goodwin's getting a lot of minutes. And
he's been good when Bradley Beal is out. He's been serviceable, I guess.
And it helps that Will Barton was out also with an illness. Yeah. So I think he got additional minutes for that. So tomorrow is a good stream. Just an advice for all of you. Tomorrow is probably one of my bet for streamer or DFS for tomorrow.
Yeah. All right. So face-off time. Sabonis and Siakam, 2 centers, power forward / center players who's probably close during draft. It's either one of the two, right? You pick either
one of the two, yeah.
Sabonis. And they're usually the centers that will be left there in that second round to maybe the turn of the third round. Sabonis was had a really slow start. Now he's slowly picking it up. Siakam though had a great start and then got injured, and now is just back where he left off early on. So, who do you like here?
I like Siakam here. I think it's an easy one. I think you would also pick Siakam. I don't know, but most people will pick Siakam. But I have give Sabonis props. 3 steals, 2 blocks. Apparently the Kings have this defensive player of the game gold chain that they give out, and then there's a picture of Sabonis getting that.
Is it the Kings?
Chain.
Oh,
the Kings, the King.
I was thinking about the Cavs. The Cavs also has a similar thing.
No, the Kings have it. They have a big gold chain that they give out, and Sabonis got it today. And I was just saying that, whoa, I've seen everything. Sabonis getting defensive player of the game, gold chain or whatever it is. So those are good, and I think the Aaron Fox injury helps him. I think it helps him because like today, he won't score a lot, but the rebounds, the assists, more so the assists, because now probably he's gonna facilitate or create more offense with Fox. Fox hobbled even if he comes back the next game. So he's trending up. I would give him that. But Siakam's just better fantasy player for me overall.
Probably more
scoring
consistent
wise. I think so. I think that's the thing with Siakam. He's more consistent, and I value the scoring that Sabonis somehow is lacking. this year. I don't know why. I don't know why he's not scoring as much. But Siakam there's no problem with Siakam.
Because he's surrounded by lots of scorers too. I mean, if you talk about Keegan, if you talk about Barnes, you talk about Huerter, all those guys can shoot, can score. And then off the bench, you've got Malik Monk who can also score. So there's really not much for him. I think certain matchups he will also get his share. But overall, I think Siakam just more well-rounded, more consistent. It's just that Sabonis probably can give you more of that big number rebounding games, right? Like today, I think he had 18. You probably won't see Siakam do those numbers. But the assists probably more consistent on Siakam, plus the steals and blocks. A little advantage there on Siakam. Siakam though commits a lot of turnovers too, so I think that's the only problem with Siakam's game. But of course, and you said, Commish said it, the scoring is way better with Siakam.
Siakam won't give you the 18 rebounds, but he will give you the 36 points like he did today.
Yeah.
The 34 points, 36 points. Well, with Sabonis, he probably would, a normal game would be probably 11 points, 14 rebounds, 9 assists, something like that. So it's a matter of, who
build,
what
I
do
guess.
you need?
It's a matter of it's a matter of team build, preference, what you need at that point, right? But consistency wise, I think Siakam's probably the number 2 guy or top dog in Toronto. Sabonis is probably the second, not even the second, right? It's like a role player there, a very good role player for Sacramento.
Well, offensively, maybe you could say that, but he's a big part of their offense.
Yeah,
he's just not forcing it. I think he's not forcing it. So that's his role. So I'll give him that. But a lot of questions yesterday was who to target, Paul George, Bradley Beal, whatever, Jimmy Butler, whatever. These two are the top. These two are the top of that list, in my opinion, because as I said, if you're trading someone like that, you probably are going for point guard or center. I would assume that's why you're trading a Bradley Beal, when he's healthy, or maybe a Paul George when he's playing well, aside from the injury risk or something. But you probably want a point guard or a center. So among centers, these two are the only ones. Gobert is getting into that mix also. He played well again today against Utah. So,
and he scored well.
We have to give him shout out.
He scored well.
And scored well. Yeah. And Zion, though, we have to give also some props to Zion. He really is starting to play very well. But I won't consider him in the Paul George Bradley Beal trade package because I would say still let the manager of Zion keep Zion. Don't try to trade for him. It's too risky. But he's playing very well. Very, very. Today I watched the game. It's so entertaining. He was the dunk in the end. That was unbelievable. It was one of the better in-game dunks I've seen.
Yeah.
So Zion is also.
We talked Zion a few times already, so you could check back those episodes wherein we talked about him. And with that, that's it for our Daily Quickie today. It's Saturday. It's the weekend, guys. So hope you enjoy your weekend. Both of fantasy and, with family as well. All right, guys. We'll see you guys again tomorrow. Bye.